Let your breathing slow, dear listener. Let your body sink into the softness beneath you. The world outside is quiet now. The day is done. And if you have ever woken in the middle of the night, your mind suddenly alert, your eyes opening to the deep, dark silence, perhaps you have felt a small flicker of worry, a thought that something is wrong, that your sleep is broken, that you should be resting, but you are not. Tonight I want to tell you a quiet, gentle secret from history. A secret that may change the way you think about those dark, silent hours forever. For thousands of years, people did not sleep the way we do today. They did not expect to close their eyes at 10 or 11 in the evening, and not open them again until the sun rose. No, they slept in two beautiful separate shifts, a first sleep and a second sleep, and between them a peaceful, sacred waking hour. This was not called insomnia. It was not a problem to be fixed. It was simply the way of things. It was the rhythm of the night. Let us travel back now gently to a quiet medieval village. The year is somewhere around 1400. The sun has set. The world outside is dark, and a deep, profound silence has settled over the land. Imagine you are lying in a simple wooden bed. The mattress beneath you is a large cloth sack stuffed with clean, sweet-smelling straw. It rustles softly every time you breathe. A heavy wool blanket is pulled up to your chin. The air in the room is cool, but you are perfectly warm. The only light comes from the dying embers of the fire in the central hearth. They glow a soft, deep orange like the breath of a sleeping dragon. The flames have long since faded, but their warmth still lingers in the room. You can smell the faint, sweet scent of wood smoke and the clean, dry smell of the straw. The window is covered with a simple wooden shutter, but a thin crack lets in a single silver beam of moonlight. You have been asleep for several hours already. This is your first sleep. You fell into it naturally, shortly after the evening meal, when the darkness became complete and your body, synced to the setting of the sun, simply surrendered to rest. There was no clock to watch. No late-night television to keep you awake. No anxious thoughts about the morning. There was only the fire, the darkness, and the deep natural pull of sleep. And now very gently you begin to wake. Not with a jolt or a start, but slowly, peacefully, like a bubble rising to the surface of a still pond. Your eyes open. The room is dark and deeply, profoundly silent. The fire embers are still glowing softly. The moonbeam is still there, now in a slightly different place on the wall. You feel rested, calm, perfectly awake, but in a way that is entirely unlike the busy, purposeful wakefulness of the day. This is a quiet, still, meditative wakefulness. You are not worried. You are not anxious. You are simply awake. And this, dear listener, is completely normal. This quiet hour between the two sleeps had a name in Old English. It was called the dorveil, the wake sleep, and it was considered by many to be the most peaceful, magical, and sacred hour of the entire night. So what do you do in this quiet, stolen hour? There is no electricity. There is no switch to flick, but you are not in complete darkness. You know exactly where everything is. You reach out a hand from under the warm blanket, and you feel the cool, rough surface of the wooden stool beside your bed. On it, you know, is a small candle and a tinderbox. You sit up slowly, your straw mattress rustling softly. You strike the flint against the steel once, twice, and a tiny spark catches the dry char cloth. You gently blow the spark into a flame and light the wick of the candle. A single, small, dancing point of light pushes back the deep shadows of the room. The light flickers gently on the whitewashed walls. Now you have many quiet options. Let us explore them, one by gentle one. Perhaps you might simply lie back against your pillow and listen. The silence of the medieval night is not empty. It is full of soft, beautiful sounds. You can hear the gentle, rhythmic hoot of an owl somewhere out in the dark woods beyond the village, a sound of quiet, patient wisdom. You can hear the soft, distant yip of a fox. And from the church at the center of the village, you might hear the slow, resonant, deeply calming chime of a single bell, a quiet, solemn reminder of the passing hours. You might also hear a sound far more intimate. Through the thin walls of the house, you might hear the quiet, muffled voices of your neighbors, awake in their own quiet hour, a soft, low murmur of conversation, perhaps a gentle, shared laugh. The night was not a lonely time. It was a time of quiet, intimate connection. Perhaps you might get up. The fire has died down, so you take a few moments to tend it. You walk quietly across the cool earthen floor. The straw crunches softly under your feet. You place a single dry log on the glowing embers, and you watch as the fire slowly, gently catches hold. The flames crackle back to life. The light dances on the walls, and you feel a deep, quiet satisfaction. You have kept the heart of the home alive through the night. Perhaps you are thirsty, so you pour a small cup of weak, cool ale from a clay jug. It is not the strong ale of a feast. It is a simple, slightly fermented drink that is the daily refreshment of the medieval world. You sip it slowly, the cool liquid soothing your throat. The taste is slightly sour, but refreshing. And in the quiet, candlelit darkness, it tastes like the most wonderful thing in the world. Perhaps you feel a quiet need for spiritual reflection. You might kneel by your bedside, the cold floor hard on your knees, and you might say a soft, silent prayer. Not a desperate plea, but a quiet, personal conversation. A prayer of gratitude for the safety of the day and the peace of the night. The candlelight flickers on your closed eyelids, and you feel a profound, quiet connection to something far larger than yourself. Perhaps you are a scholar or a lover of words. You might pick up a heavy, leather-bound book from the stool and open it carefully. The pages are thick and made of vellum, and the text is written in a beautiful, flowing script. You hold the book close to the single candle flame, and you read very slowly, allowing the words to fill the deep, quiet silence of the night. There are no distractions. There is no noise. Just you, the candle, and the quiet, patient voice of the author, speaking to you across time. Or perhaps you might do something even simpler. You might pull a heavy wool cloak over your nightshirt, open the small wooden door, and step outside. The air is astonishingly cold and fresh and clean. The sky above you is an impossible, breathtaking spray of 1,000,000 glittering stars, more stars than you have ever seen in your life. The Milky Way, a river of pure diamond light, arches silently overhead. You can see your own breath in the cold silver air. You might look up at the moon, a perfect, shining crescent, and you might simply stand there in the deep, profound silence and feel a sense of peace so deep it is beyond words. A quiet, shared moment between you and the universe while the rest of the world sleeps. This hour was a gift, a quiet, secret interval of pure, peaceful solitude. And then, after an hour or so of this gentle, quiet wakefulness, you begin to feel a different kind of tiredness return. Not the sharp, sudden exhaustion of a long day, but a soft, gentle, comfortable drowsiness. The candle flame begins to flicker low. You pinch it out gently with your fingers, and the room is plunged back into a deep, warm, friendly darkness. You lie back down on your straw mattress. The wool blanket feels heavier now, softer. Your head sinks into the hay pillow, and you drift, slowly, peacefully, into your second sleep. This sleep is often lighter, and filled with the most vivid, beautiful, and memorable dreams. It is the sleep of the early morning, the sleep that carries you gently towards the first pale light of dawn. This was the ancient, forgotten rhythm of the night, the two sleeps. It was not broken. It was a cycle, a gentle, natural wave of rest and quiet wakefulness. It existed for thousands of years, from the ancient Greeks and Romans to the people of the Middle Ages, and even into the early modern period. It was simply how human beings slept. It was part of the deep, natural circadian rhythm of the body, a rhythm that was perfectly in tune with the rising and setting of the sun. So what happened? Why did we forget this gentle, peaceful rhythm? The answer is a quiet, humming invention. The light bulb, the Industrial Revolution, the long working hours in factories that demanded people work for one long, continuous shift. The artificial light that pushed back the darkness and told our ancient bodies that the night was not for resting, but for working. Slowly, over the last 200 years, the beautiful natural rhythm of the two sleeps was forgotten. People began to consolidate their sleep into a single long block, and the peaceful, sacred waking hour in the middle of the night. It became a problem, a disorder. We gave it a frightening name, insomnia. We began to worry about it. And the worrying, of course, only made it worse. But the memory of the old way is still inside you. It is written in your very DNA. And some modern sleep scientists are now suggesting that this ancient, biphasic pattern may be more natural for us. Waking up in the middle of the night, feeling calm and rested, is not a sign that something is wrong. It may be a sign that your body is simply remembering an older, gentler, more natural way of being. So now, if you ever find yourself awake in the deep, silent, velvety heart of the night, do not be afraid. Do not reach for your bright, stimulating phone. Do not worry about the sleep you are losing. Instead, welcome the quiet peace you are finding. Light a small, gentle candle if you are able. Read a single beautiful poem. Say a quiet prayer of thanks. Listen to the soft, distant sounds of the sleeping world outside your window. Or simply lie still and listen to your own calm, steady heartbeat and breathe. You are not suffering from a modern disorder. You are taking part in a beautiful ancient human ritual. You are keeping the quiet, sacred watch of the night. You are exactly as you should be. The hour is late now. The world is deep in its own quiet, peaceful sleep. So let go of your worries. Breathe out your fears. You are cradled in the ancient, gentle rhythm of the night. Rest now, rest.